Hello students, welcome to the next video. So in the previous video we have seen the starting of BJT. I have explained all the basics of all the BJT, the emitter junction, the collector junction, okay, and some of the diagrams we have seen. Uh, what are the junctions, which are the junctions, etc. etc. Now I will continue the uh, pending part of the previous video, that is the base. Okay, as we have seen these two, emitter and collector. Now we will be looking what is base. So it is the middle section. Okay, so it is the middle section which forms two PN junctions, right? It forms two PN junction between emitter and collector is called as base. Means it forms two PN junctions. Okay? Base forms two PN junction between emitter and collector. That is called as base. Now, before proceeding, you should remember some important points. Okay, the transistor has three named terminals. That is emitter, base, and collector. Okay, emitter, base, and collector. The base is much thinner. Okay, you should remember this one. The base, the length of the base is thin as compared to the other regions like collector and emitter. Okay, compared to them, the base is thin. Emitter is heavily doped. Emitter is heavily doped. As the name suggests, it is an emitter, means it emits holes or electrons. So it should be heavily doped so that it can inject large amount of carrier into the base. Okay, to inject the carriers into the base, the emitter should be highly doped. Base is lightly doped, so it can pass most of the carrier to the collector, and base should be lightly doped as it has thinner region, so it should be lightly doped so that it will easily allow the flow of electrons or uh, holes to the collector, and vice versa. The collector is moderately doped, means not very high heavily doped and not very lightly doped. The junction between emitter, the junction between emitter and base, emitter and base. Remember this, emitter and base. The junction between them is called as emitter base junction. Okay, emitter base junction or emitter diode. Okay, so that one junction is called. We can represent that junction with the diode also. Okay, so it is an emitter diode. And junction between base and collector. Base and collector is called as collector base junction. Okay, as I have said, if there is a junction, you can represent that as a diode. Okay, represent them as a diode. The emitter diode. Okay, the emitter diode means the first junction is always forward biased, and the collector diode is always reverse biased. Okay, means the top part should be forward bias and the bottom part of the BJT is always reverse bias. The resistor, the resistance of the emitter diode is very small. Why small? Because it should allow large quantity of holes and electrons to the base. So to flow that these two quantities, the resistance should be very small. Okay, and the resistance of collector diode is high. Okay, means the resistance of the lower part should be high. Is always high. Means it is always high. Okay, now we will look the operation of the transistor, BJT. Working of, we will look firstly the NPN transistor working. NPN transistor working. Here you can see it is a circuit diagram. Okay, there are three layers N, P, N. So you can call them as P layer is sandwiched between two N layers. P layer is sandwiched between two N layers. So this P layer junction, okay, and there are two junctions also. This blue light and the second blue light, okay, means this NP can act as one diode and this act as a second diode. This is called as an emitter diode. This is called as a collector diode. This is the base. Okay. So as you know, when we now in normal conditions, the electrons and holes. means holes in the p region, and the electrons in both the n regions are at their random location inside the npn layer. When we supply some external force, when we supply some external force with the help of batteries, okay, with the help of these two batteries, what you are going, what you are doing is you are giving that energy to these electrons and holes. Okay, so as you know that there are two junctions. Okay, so for two junction, two separate sources are provided. Okay, two separate sources are provided. Okay, we will I will what is happening here is that I have connected this negative terminal of this battery to the negative of the NPN transistor, and positive of the battery is connected to the P region, means positive of the NPN, means it is forward bias, means how the electrons will flow. Electrons will flow like this, okay, from positive end to negative end. Electrons will flow from like this. Okay. Similarly, here you can see the negative of the battery of the collector base junction, negative of the battery of the collector base junction is connected to the P region, and positive of the battery is connected to the N region. Means here the polarity and the supply uh, is in reverse direction. So what will happen? The electrons will try to flow. Means it is the condition is in reverse bias condition. Reverse bias condition means what will happen? The electrons will start to flow like this, but due to reverse action it will not flow. But here you can see there is a positive and negative. The negative electrons try to attract the positive terminal of the battery, so the IC current starts to flow from here. Means some electrons will try to escape from here and it will come in this battery. Okay, so this is how the working of this NPN transistor happens. So at this electrons flow from towards p-type base, they try to recombine with hole. Okay, means what is happening? The electrons from here try to come into the p region, as you know that p region has number of holes and n has number of electrons. As you know that hole and pair, electrons and hole get combines here. Okay, due to that only the junction is formed. As the base is lightly doped, only few electrons recombine with hole within the base. Okay, means here it is a lightly doped. So here less number of electrons and hole recombination occurs. These recombined electrons continue constitute small base current. So due to what will happen, as you know that electrons hole combination will makes the electrons to travel. So flow of electrons is called as electricity. So due to the small doping, some very small amount of current starts to flow. So that current is called as IB. Okay, base current. The remainder electrons crosses the base and constitute collector current. And the remaining means some of the electrons will try to take this path, but due to the higher number of concentration of uh, due to moderate doping of this end region, the collector region, the electrons will start to flow here. Some will flow here, most of the will try to flow from here. So the current will flow like this, and through IC here and here. This is how the current starts to flow. So the emitter current, okay, means the emitter current is actually divided into two parts: the base current plus the IC current. Base current means I is equals to IB plus IC. Okay, so this is the emitter current. Now, similarly, the same operation is happening here, but here the layers are P and P. Means here the majority carriers are P, means holes, and the less number of carriers having electrons in it. So how it works? As you know that there are two batteries connected. Okay, so the positive of the battery is connected to the positive of the NPN transistor, and negative is connected to the negative. Then of the second battery, positive is connected to the negative, negative is connected to the positive. So what is happening there? This part again comes in the reverse direction, means reverse bias. So what will happen? The holes. Okay, due to the with here you can see holes are there and electrons are there. So what will happen? The current will the hole electrons will try to flow take this path because there are number of holes. So electron hole recombination occur here. Due to this path, the electron starts to flow like this from positive to negative one, and some of the current will flow into this direction. And due to the positive battery positive terminal, this current will again flow through this and it will enter into the P region. Here also again holes and electron recombination occurs. So the current starts to flows from this point to this and again to this. And similarly, the base is lightly doped, so small amount of base current will try to flow through the base junction and large number of current will flow from the remaining parts. Okay, so similarly, same operation is there. Now, this is the symbol of the typical symbol of transistor looks like. So this is the NPN junction, right? NPN layers and two junctions is there. Okay, this is the PNP. Okay, the current is flowing from this IE to IC. Then here the current is flowing from IC to IE, and some small base current is also there. And this is the main symbol. Okay, this is the main symbol. You can see this symbol very rarely in your textbooks and reference books. Okay, so this is the common part. This is called as a base. Okay, here you can see the base. The current is entering in the P region. So this base shows the current entrance, and here you can see base is coming out of the N region. Here you can see that, and this emitter and collector junctions, the direction of the current is shown like this. Okay, so I hope you understand this video. Now in the next video we will look the other part of the BJT. Okay, we will look active mode, saturation mode, cutoff mode, etc., etc. Okay, if you have any kind of doubt, you can contact me. So thank you for watching.